I just want to get on here and show this. This is my Christofleau apparatus for agriculture, or some people call it an apparatus for electroculture. You can see how it's totally different than the ones you basically see online. I'll be going into more detail on how this thing works, and I will be making videos on how I'm going to set it up on the 4x4 post and how I get it set up in the garden. And that'll probably be in the next week to a week and a half before I get it set up all together. The gentleman that makes this, his name is Lewis. Great gentleman. He has a site on Etsy called Harmonious in Nature, and I'll probably put a link down below to show that. If you want to check his site out, he's got all kinds of stuff for electroculture, healing apparatuses, all kinds of stuff that you would just fall in love with. If you have any questions, you can contact Lewis at Harmonious in Nature, and he'll be more than welcome to answer any questions you have on the apparatus itself. And like I said, I will be posting videos on how I set this up on the post, how it does for our garden, and we'll go from there. I'm going to be doing periodic videos to show the steps that the vegetables are taking with this thing up in the garden. This thing is a work of art. All right, that's all I have. If you have any questions, like I said, contact Lewis at Harmonious in Nature on Etsy. And this is the length of the piece. So right at about 23 and 10 inches or so. And it sits just below. You turn the apparatus base over, your bar that goes through the middle, you want the wood to sit just below that so it doesn't touch that east rod there. And then, like I said, I'm going to work on this a little more. I've got to flex seal this whole end up. I'll probably sand it down a little bit and then flex seal that end so it looks all nice and everything. And then tomorrow I'll install the base, get the nut in, and show you how I did that. All right, that's about it. All right, I got the notch cut out, got the hole drilled where I need it, where the apparatus sets down on it. You can see right there. And I've got the first coat of Flex Seal on there, which is going to seal up the wood. I'll come by tomorrow, put another coat on there, a light coat, let that dry probably until Thursday. And Thursday or Friday, I'll try to put the apparatus on, but we're supposed to get some rain Friday, so I might have to hold off and put it on later on. But it's coming along good. That's a long piece of wood. All right, I got the apparatus hooked to the pole. It's laying down flat right now. I still have to run the insulators down the whole length. But you can see how it's mounted. And when I flick the tines, you can feel the vibration all the way out to the end of the horizontal rod, or the vertical spike. You can feel it all the way down on the vertical spike, which is pretty cool. But there it is, set up on the actual beam itself. Got somebody coming out. They're gonna use a boom truck to help me get this thing set up in the ground, because I sure in the hell can't lift this thing. But there it is, set up for now. And then like I said, when I get the insulators put on there, I'll run them down until I get to the bottom one, and I'll leave that bottom one undone. And then we'll go from there. All right, bye. I've got the insulators on, and I've got the bottom portion of the pole sealed. And a little bit more of the hole dug out where it's going to slide down in there. So hopefully that'll be all right. I still have to put one insulator somewhere in here. That's going to be where the ground level is, 4 foot. So it'll probably be maybe 11 inches down from the ground level. So when I put it in the ground, the insulator will touch right in that area where the ground is, and it'll run right down the bottom of that dirt right there in the trench. But all in all, it's coming together. The insulators are measured out as even as I can get them. And you get up to the apparatus. And like I said before, I put it in the hole, I'll put the 12.5 galvanized wire on there. And I'll hook it to this bolt right here. And then run the guide wire down through these insulators. You can see they'll go from this point here, and they'll run down and go into each insulator, and then it'll feed down into the bottom line all the way to the end. All right, I've got the pole set in the ground. I'll show you the pole in a second, but I wanted to show you the guide wire. As it come down and it tightened up, and you can see where it goes through the bottom insulator down in the ground, and then that follows all the way down there. And then I'll walk down there and show you how I bottomed it out. But I'm going to back up and show you the pole with it in the air. Right there it is. Let me come around this way, get a better view. That's about 20 feet in the air right there. And the guideline is really, let me zoom in a little bit, really tight coming off that. And come down. Zoom out a little bit. And I'll walk down here at the bottom of the garden, or the top of the garden. You can see where my son helped me put it in the hole. We wrapped around a board, had to drill the hole, wrap the wire around through the hole, and then put it into the ground so it grounds out. And then, like I said, we'll follow it all the way back up. And then I'll zoom in real quick. It is right there. I'll come down. You can see it right there going there. We'll go back up front here again. And I'll show you one more time where I buried the guide wire in. Where it came off the last insulator. Shout out to my son's father. He actually welded a piece onto the insulator that brought it out about 4.5–5 inches from the post. Kind of like what Christofleau did on his. but we kind of had like a little makeshift. But this is, let me show you this. This is pretty tight. I don't think it's going to go anywhere, and then we'll bury that all up. Let's go one more time on the pole. You can see the insulators. And I'll zoom in on that. And there she is, sitting on top. All right. If you have any questions on how I did it, just contact Lewis, and he'll get a hold of me, and then we can show you how we did all this. But it's in the air, and hopefully that'll be there for the next 20 years. Oh, and by the way, it does rust a little bit. I wouldn't worry about that. Little patina ain't gonna hurt nothing. I mean, you can't see it right now, but I could have put a little bit of oil on there, but I forgot, and I'm not really worried about it. All right, let me back up and get a shot from the garden on the back side. That's pretty square, facing magnetic south. All right, that's all I got. You guys, let me know what you think. All right, bye.